They're actually destroyed beyond all comprehension, chat. You have no idea. And I like this version, the one that I'm playing, because you're making use of different attackers for the situation. It makes you feel a little bit more big brain, maybe too big for my brain. And having Iron Leaves to just fight Charizard feels way better. The full Iron Hands version is probably would be really strong last meta, like if you're trying to bully Lost Box, probably. And I'm just kind of talking, yapping, as they say. Ooh. Mirror match. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Seeing the Psychic and the Lightning Energy doesn't necessarily mean it's a true mirror. My hand is actually kind of trash. Yeah, I do need to draw one more card. When they flip over the Iron Hands in the active, like, you just, it's so free. Like, this is like the saddest thing. A 4 retreat cost guy in the active you just can't move. Okay, electric generator. Now, do you have the future booster capsule? No, you do not. Actually, it makes sense to leave this Iron Hands in the active. Okay, we're vibing. I'm going to research this turn and not Iono. Put XP share on the Iron Hands. Put future booster capsule here. Use Techno Radar. Get rid of the Iono. Grab my Miraidon. And Iron Crown. I guess I could have just put the future booster on my baby Miraidon after doing the sequence the other way around. I can restart right now for one more card, but it's very likely that whatever I get, I'm just going to discard to research. Is there anything I guess I get punished if I restart and get exactly Reboot Pod. But we just get the basic energy that we need. Extremely min-maxed gameplay. Then we research. I can Techno Radar for another crown. Do I want to do... Since I have Reboot Pod, I kind of don't need to do second research. Keeping the Miraidon is a touch greedy, but I'm actually kind of down for it. We keep Arven because Arven lets us search for future booster capsule if they try to strand something in the active with like a boss's orders. So we'll go Lightning and Psychic. Put Lightning here, put Psychic there. And now we're just working on getting 2 different attackers set up. The Miraidon EX is great, again, because of 220 base attack. We only need 1 modifier to get another swing. My opponent is set up. You know, they can Nest Ball, Crown. It's 40, 60, 81. They need 3 Crown and then a future booster in order to have their Miraidon knock out my Miraidon. Yo, what's up, Santa P? Welcome, welcome. How you doing, my friend? Oh, they're actually going to discard the Town Store. I like that a lot. You don't want to play Town Store in the mirror because it gives me way too much help. They should have actually played the Town Store down to get a future booster capsule. Oh, they already had one. No, they don't attach. What? But your Iron Hands is stuck, bro. Oh, no. It happens to the best of us. Do they have the second capsule? Oh, Prime Catcher. Okay. They have the Primed Catcher. So they get to switch their one. They get to choose a Pokemon of mine to bring into the active and then switch their crown out. Excuse me, their hands out for another Miraidon. Spooky. And they Iono'd, so I don't have the Arven like I was counting on to get my future booster capsule. I can Penny to pick up this Iron Hands, which cleanses the damage, which is actually kind of sexy. I don't get the one-shot on this Miraidon, however, unless All right, Penny. Give me that. Promote the Miraidon. 81. Yeah, I would need another future booster capsule in order to get the knockout. I guess I'd want to bundle here. Because everything on their bench is actually in a really bad spot, and they've only got one card. They just use Prime Catcher. And now they are threatening Ampy very much and the Arm Press. But this is a lot better for me, I think. And I'm going to Techno Radar right now in case they do happen to have another Iono. That way the cards I thin out go into my hand and then on the bottom to make my top decks better. Slight little min-max there. And we get more energy accelerated into play. And now if they knock out the Miraidon, my Iron Hands EX, because it has EXP share, gets to take this lightning energy onto itself. So then I can strike back with Ampy very much. And because their Iron Hands EX is already damaged from earlier, I get to take 3 prizes. They have second Town Store? Damn, that's crazy. Heavy Baton. Okay. You better hope I don't get Lost Vacuum. Now, it's important that you just promote the Mew EX here, because it is free retreat. We can pivot into the Iron Hands when we see our top deck. Oh my god, we got the Lost Vacuum off the top. They're actually destroyed. They're actually destroyed beyond all comprehension, chat. You have no idea. This is a big mamma mia right here. You lost Vacuum to get rid of the Heavy Baton. So now when I knock this thing out, they don't get to save the energy. And they lose tempo. So we restart for 1. And we got Iono. We don't need to use that right now. Amp you very much. Sheesh. Oh, man. Zabaints with the quick draw ban again. Congrats, homie. They don't know I'm already famous. Now I can, if I get boss's orders, I can bring up this other Iron Hands and take 3 more prizes because this one is damaged too. Honestly, I'll just amp you very much their Miraidon. The Penny technology. This game, the Penny has actually been popping. It's one of those cards that you think is like, is it really worth running Penny? As soon as you think you should cut Penny, you have a game like this where it does nutty things for you. We get the follow from 413 Plays and Catchall. Welcome both of you to the Knighthood. Another. Okay, so we can bring up the Mew. If I get a boss's orders off the top, if I am truly the chosen one, if I am the honored one under heaven, then we get the boss's orders off the top of the deck here and just win. I have 1 more boss. I'm running 2, and I already had to get rid of 1 earlier from Professor's research. So I can Town Store just because I feel like it. Just do some thinning. If I amp you very much the Miraidon, I take 2 prizes anyway, then I just have to knock out 1 more thing. So I'm going to Arven. And what I'm doing is I'm setting myself up so that my opponent can't strand things in the active against me. So my opponent has to Iono here to put me down to 1 card to have a chance that I don't have it. But I also have Miraidon EX. So they have to Iono and also bring up this specific Iron Crown that doesn't have a capsule attached to it and try to strand it in the active. But then they can't knock out my Iron Hands if they strand my Iron Crown. So it's actually checkmate. Catch-all says, Prime Catcher could be better in here or Reboot Pod working well. If you ran Prime Catcher in this deck, I would not blame you. I'll put it that way, Catch-all. I'm on Reboot Pod because I like to cosplay with whatever archetype I'm running. Like, I want to run the Synergy card. But even in this deck, it's tough. It's definitely tough to say. In this version, since I'm running like the Iron Leaves and stuff, I think Reboot Pod is ever so slightly better. Because you can Reboot Pod to like get your grass energy back. And then play like Iron Leaves, which is a really, really important play for this deck to beat Charizard. Reboot Pod's like Penny in this list, where you're kind of like, damn, should I actually be on Prime Catcher? As soon as you say that, the Reboot Pod's going to save your life. Like this game, the Penny saved my life because I got to bring the Iron Hands back to my hand. So it healed itself and I got it out of the active for free. The one Penny's insane. Yep. My turn. Now, it's important to note, look, see, Arm Press with the Iron Crown boosts still does 220. So I don't need, and I only have one prize card remaining. So that really was a checkmate there. The fact that I got that Lost Vacuum was absolutely insane off of the top. My first build, I was running Iron Moth instead of Iron Treads. But I like the Iron Treads. The Iron Treads let you one-shot Chen Pao and Arceus. Do you have a baton? No, I'm only running one Iron Hands. Ooh, great Tusk Mill again. All right, I'm going first. We attach. I need Lost Vacuum in this matchup because of, like, Hero's Cape and stuff. So I'll Techno Radar the basic energy away. Get Iron Hands and second Miraidon, probably? No, we'll take a Crown. Get the base boosted damage. Oh, wait, I'm going first. I was about to peak accelerate. I attack going first. That's how I roll. Astra's main problem is that it's the same gacha system as Genshin. Oh. I haven't played a lot of Genshin, but I know it's like you have to high roll to unlock the character, and then you have to like gacha for equipment and upgrades for the character, right? So it's hard to build optimally without putting a bunch of money down. And Genshin players, you know, they've been brainwashed over time. Artisan. Basic Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. Do I want to grab another Miraidon? I don't know. I think I'm actually kind of chilling. I'm just going to peak acceleration. I've got all the time in the world to just keep accelerating energy and get both of these set up like last time. I'm not saying Genshin's a bad game, but when the game first came out, because it was literally like a Breath of the Wild clone, the initial gameplay and art is what drew people in, and now all the Genshin players are Genshin players. So they're locked in. But it's hard to take that monetization system and just bring it over to a new game, certainly, and force players to start fresh. Even if they're used to it from Genshin, they aren't going to be willing to come out of their wallets immediately. It is really a shame, because Knights of Veda did have a really cool art style. It's got that Vanillaware kind of vibe going on. I'm just holding on to the Iono as well, because I can just shuffle my hand back into my deck in case the game goes super, super long for some reason. How do you feel about Julia Garner being cast as Silver Surfer? I hadn't heard that. Has there ever... Julia Garner. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know who Julia Garner is off the top of my head. Has the MCU actually properly established Galactus anyway? In the Fantastic Four movie, he was just like a big cloud of cosmic whatever. So I don't know if the MCU can actually pull off Galactus anyway. It could be interesting if it's like the origins of Silver Surfer. I don't know. I don't care that much. I can't let this thing just sit in the active, though, can I? I've got to just peak accelerate again. It's really unfortunate. Just pivot to getting the Iron Crown established. There's a female Silver Surfer now? I'm so confused. I know that Silver Surfer, like, they play around with the idea a lot, like, whoever's the Herald of Galactus. And there's a bunch of, like, alternate realities and alternate timelines where they're like, oh, but what if Carnage was the Silver Surfer? Or it's a position that you hold. It's not like a singular entity. Shayla Ball is female Silver Surfer in the comics, and there's precedent for it. The Marvel What If series is good, to be honest. Yeah. The What If series, I think, is where they really should have put most of their time and energy into it, if I'm being perfectly honest, because after the Endgame saga, and like that was the mainstream big decade-long story arc, and then with the What If series and Loki, they were going into more multiverse stuff. So I can penny my Miraidon in order to get this lightning energy back into my hand. And just start amping my opponent. What happened to the male one? If I remember correctly, the Silver Surfer, he, like, resigns from his position. He, like, served Galactus for however long, and he's like, you know, I'm tired of bringing doom and ruin to all these planets that are going to be sacrificed to Galactus. And eventually he, like, cuts a deal. He's like, Galactus, I don't want to be your herald anymore. And Galactus basically says, if you find your replacement, then you're off the hook. Because the Silver Surfer originally became Galactus's herald in exchange for Galactus sparing his home planet. And so he's like, hey, I'll travel and help and find better planets for you in exchange for you sparing my world. And then there's versions of Galactus that have been sealed away. And there's versions of Galactus that don't have a Silver Surfer yet or anymore. Just kind of drifting, that sort of thing. I've seen some versions as well where Galactus is... I don't know if this is like fully canon, where it's like Galactus is essentially like a primordial being. He's like part of the creation of the universe. He's not just a guy. He's a primordial force. So I can Lost Vacuum to get rid of the Great Tusk, the cape. Yeah, so I'll do this. Get rid of the Counter Catcher because I don't need it. Get rid of the Ancient Capsule. I mean, I called it a cape, but that's essentially what it is. And then we'll amp you very much for 2 more prizes. I'm secretly hoping for boss's orders, but I don't have it. Let me check my discard pile. No, there's still somewhere in the deck. I think the Watcher is one of the few people that exists similarly watching all the universes. Yeah, there's like layers. The way that Marvel's like different dimensions and planes of reality and the creation of the universe and everything, it like exists like an onion, where there's entities that exist outside and peer into our universe. Because then you get into, you know, a bunch of other stuff. Like there's the Watcher, and then there's, the Gatekeeper or something like that. I forget. It's like Gambit. It's some sort of like dimensional entity that controls the path between timelines and dimensions and stuff. And I'm not like a super Marvel nerd or anything, so I'm the wrong person to ask. Holy shit, they actually attacked me. I wasn't expecting that. Well, Well, I've just got to take 2 more prize cards. Just trying to buy myself some time, right? If the Great Tusk is attacking me, then they're not milling me. And I think I am able to get off a couple reps of Iron Crown and be good. I probably should have set up the second Miraidon before I Iono'd. Just have another attacker. But they're just going for the mill strat. Yeah, so we get another attacker. My final Gambit will be Artisan for Iron Bundle, I think. Low-key weakness from Crown. Yeah, I can use Crown to finish off the Great Tusk and maybe hit one more thing. Try to go for like a double prize turn. Because... how many Psychic Energy in the deck? I play 3. Ooh, they retreated it. Oh, there's the Iron Bundle. So if I Iron Bundle, they'll bring up this Great Tusk, I think. Do I want to strand this Tusk? Or is it better to just save the Iron Bundle for when the time is right? Twin Chatels has got to be it. Because I've got another attacker set up. And this puts my opponent on a stronger clock. They need 3 more turns. Counter Catcher. All 4 of my capsules are down. I have 1 switch cart somewhere. Did I use my penny already? Yeah, penny's gone. Oh, this is close. I can Iron Bundle to buy myself a turn. Yeah, so all of my energy capsules are gone. Oh, that was my other switch cart, too. Let me think. Do I have another way out of the active? Four, 8, 1, 2. Yeah, they just bring up the Comfey. And I can mute EX into an energy. They have to bring up Radiant Greninja instead. Holy smokes, this is close. They hit my other switch cart. And they hit my other Iono, didn't they? I lose in 2 turns anyway, So we just restart, look for energy. No shot! Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1 lightning. I have 1 lightning left. Bruh. Oh my god, I've got 1 lightning left. They still win, though, I think. They retreat the Greninja. They got me. They got me. Couldn't get the Miraidon out of the active. That last ground collapse hitting my other switch cart is what did it. Oh, they got me. That's unlucky. Maybe my Iona was mistimed. To be honest, I wasn't even thinking that Great Tusk could ever attack me. I thought I was just gonna amp them. And when the Iron Hands went down, I didn't have another attacker set up right away. I probably should have gone for Crown earlier. But that's what's nice about matchups like this is you end up learning a lot. Because if they land collapse here and they don't hit my lightning energy, yeah, that's 100% checkmate with the counter catcher to bring up the Crown. Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.